That last point was fantastic, guys. We had lots of communication. Everyone was covering when people were moving to different positions, and that's sort of what we want to see going forward. Just recapping the lesson, what was the main theme for today? Communication, that's one of them. Yep. Any others?
What type of sets were you setting it to? Sorry.
Yep.
Setting up for more options and stuff.
Yep. So setting up the attack. Yep. So what is the advantage of having the setter coming from the back of the court?
They can see the ball from like a different point of view, I suppose.
Yep. So they've got a different perspective than if you're at the front of the court. That's a good point. Anything else?
3 spikers.
Exactly. All right. So then you've got 3 people at the net, okay, that can all be attackers. All right. So if you have a setter from the front, you've only got 2 spikers, whereas if you've got a setter from the back, then you've got 3 potential attackers that can hit it over. All right, anything else?
Obviously that wasn't always working, like there was a lot of confusion and stuff like that, but do you guys think that that might be something that would work better if you had more practice in the future than just having 2?
Yeah.
So obviously there's always going to be a lot of confusion when you're learning something for the first time, but if we keep applying this, then it should look better as we do it more going forward.
And Kurt just had another great point that it varies it. All right, so if you put that in every few points or mix it up every set or, you know, change it up every now and again, then it puts the other team off as well. You wouldn't want to do that play every single point because, as someone has pointed out earlier in the lesson, they would get to know your calls at the front of the court, they would know where it's going to come from, all right? So by mixing it up, as long as you've got a good communication system within your team, then it's a good mix-up, yeah?
Would that sort of thing be better to play with if the server is the best setter in your team?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a great point.
And then if the server's not the best setter and there's another backcourt player that is a good setter, you could have them moving forward and the server just covering that back quarter of the court instead.
So if you work in a consistent team and you know your team members' strengths and weaknesses, then that's a great thing to play on, is using your players' strengths to your advantage. All right, that's great.
Good stuff, guys. See you next lesson.